was in August, a couple months ago, at my oldest boy, he's my oldest child, he turned 40. And so my ex-wife and her partner Dave brought 3 large pizzas over. I supplied everything else. That was the last time I had restaurant pizza. Now this pizza, I always get, every pizza I've had on my channel, I always get from the same place, and that's because they're very close, and they open at 10 in the morning. They sell pizza by the slice also. A lot of pizza places don't open until 4. These guys, like I said, they open until 10, and they're very close, and I'm not kidding. I drove down there, got my pizza. He said it'd be about 20 minutes. It wasn't even that. It was less than 15. Got my pizza out to my car. Didn't have to wait to pull out. There was no traffic coming. Got to the intersection. Green light. I got back to my studio here in just over a minute. I'm not kidding. So that's pretty fast. Got a shout out for you, Dominic. Okay, Dominic is turning 8 years old, and he's turning 8 on November the 13th. Okay, he's going to be 8 years old. Now his mom and dad and Ray are very proud of him. They love him very, very much. I'm sure he's a fine young man. And so happy birthday, Dominic, from your mom and dad and Ray, and I guess all your family and friends, and from me as well too. Okay. Now I have a picture I'm going to show you of when I was 8 years old. I was in grade 3, and my teacher said, "Mark, could you come up to the front of the class, kneel down on the floor?" And I thought, okay. And then she said, "Clifford," and then, Lindsay, and I suddenly realized that she had all of us up there. She was going to take a picture of us. She gets us all up there, whips out her camera, and takes a picture of us. So there's a picture of me. If you look at the picture, in the front row in the far right, that's me. Okay, the front row in the far right, that's me. Okay, so that's what I looked like when I was 8 years old, 60 years ago. Okay, enough talking. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Now, I don't know if you like pizza, Dominic, but I thought most kids did. And my kids and a lot of other kids when they're little, they liked Hawaiian pizza, like ham and pineapple. And his grandkids just like cheese pizza. My sister likes just meat pizza. I've only had meat pizza once. That's when my sister bought it. When I was installing my mom's blinds, it was just really kind of boring, but I was so hungry, I was just famished. Okay, so that was the last time I had restaurant pizza, pardon me. Yeah. And it was from this restaurant. This is really good. For me, I'll tell you what makes a good pizza. All that tomato sauce on there. That is a nice looking pizza. That's what I call a nice juicy pizza, not dry. Grapefruit bubbly. Wow. This restaurant sells, like I said, pizza by the slice. I remember one time when they got a small pizza, and the young lady said, it's just as cheaper to buy a large pizza because for the sake of a few dollars more, you get a lot more. And I thought, yeah, I guess she was right. I mean, she would know, right? And she was being honest, so I did that. I know I won't eat eat the whole thing, but just freeze the rest individually. But this restaurant has thin, medium, and thick crust. I'm not sure what this is. I'm guessing it might be a medium or a thick. It's certainly not a thin. Now, the last several years, I've developed a taste for a thin crust pizza. Remember back in the 80s, the trend was like the deep dish pizza, like real thick crust, and just, like real thick. And that's nice, but I'd find myself filling up on all that doughy crust. But if you want your pizza to go further, get a thicker crust. Because I have videos of me sitting here eating a whole entire pizza. Thin crust, of course. Can't remember if it was a large or not, but it was a pretty, it was a good size one. Wow, this is so good. Like I said before, when we used to make pizzas that work, and when I make them at home, when I have the dough, I take I like a juicy pizza, right? So what I do, take some olive oil and just brush it on. If you never brush, just take a spoon and smear it around, or use your fingers. Put some olive oil on first, and then the tomato sauce or pizza sauce. And be generous with the sauce. Oops. But the olive oil keeps it from drying out. This is so good. I guess I've been craving pizza lately. First time I ate pizza, and what reminded me of this was recently I saw a pizza, I can't remember where, but it was cut like in a pie, like wedges. Well, this was cut once, twice, once like that. And the first time I ever ate pizza, it was like that. And I think it was from a place called Boston Pizza, I think. Can't remember, but anyways. A lot of places back in where I used to live in Saskatoon are like that. So they cut it across like that, and like that. When you took this out, it would be like cut in half like that. But then you'd have squares in the middle too, right? It's kind of interesting. Some people might say I don't want the outside, I just want the inside. I'm not sure if some people still do that. Like I said, last time I actually saw that for real was over 50 years ago. But I saw it, like I said, I saw it recently somewhere. It must have been on TV or something. Definitely a thick crust. Looks like a giraffe skin, doesn't it? Giraffe hide. sometimes one of my lights just went out. I think sometimes I guess things taste better when you're really, really hungry and you're really craving it, you know what I mean? Now this morning, actually it was last night, the clothes dryer, we noticed it making a funny noise. And we also noticed like every once in a while we kind of smell kind of like burning fabric or something, you know. So, I always like to check all the easy things first. Took the vent cover off, like the lid cover, which we clean regularly. That wasn't too bad. But there's another piece that it sits in that you can unscrew and pull out, and you can access the bottom of it. Some dryers you can pull the bottom off, just pry it off. This one you can't. But we had a garbage can. The garbage can was a small garbage can with that round, about that high, and it was that full of lint by the time we finished. That house was bought in 2014, and the dryer was already there. The washer and dryer came with the house. So who knows how long it is, how old it is. Can't find any paperwork on it. I'm sure it hadn't been cleaned in all that time. So, vacuumed that all out. Pulled it off from the wall. Took the back off. Cleaned underneath there, just lint everywhere, just wads of it everywhere. Thick. God, I'd say we got about 90% of it. And then I had to buy a new vent. You know those things that attach from the dryer to the vent, the coil type hose. The name escapes me for some reason. 4 inches by 8 feet. The other one was like a plastic one. It had all been taped and all patched up and everything. But this one is a metal one. It's a little bit safer, I think. So I got that. But you know what's weird? This dryer vents onto the roof outside. I'd never seen that before. So every couple of years we climb a ladder, go up there and sweep it off. It's really kind of weird, every other vent usually vents out, down below on the side of the house or something, but not this one. Very strange. This is so good. Oh. You know, years ago, Linda and her ex had a 5-acre farm. And they had about 35 sheep and some pigs and a horse and a few things. They also had a Christmas tree farm type thing too. So they had a lot of things going on. But she's told me this a few times, that cows and horses and different types of animals, if there's enough food, they'll just eat and eat and eat and eat. I mean, horses do that. They get into an apple orchard, they'll just eat all the apples until they bloat and burst, right? As for pigs, apparently don't do that. A lot of people say eating like a pig, apparently mentioning this, but I think it's because I know. It's because when I start eating pizza, it's almost like I can't stop. That's what it is. I just want to keep eating. Wow. I have to go to the grocery store later. And that's very close to where this pizza place is. I'm going to swing by and tell that guy this is one of the best pizzas ever had. I remember a lot about being 8 years old. I remember my classmates and my teacher. My grade 3 teacher, Mrs. Gilliland. Not my favorite teacher. Wasn't my worst. Not my favorite. My grade 8 teacher, Mr. Weeb, was a master teacher. My grade 5 teacher, Mrs. Kruger, was very nice. But Mr. Weeb, always positive reinforcement. No, very good man. Good teacher. This will be my last piece. Eaten almost half of it. To eat half, it would have to be one more after this, which I won't do. That's a beautiful thing. An absolute masterpiece. So I'll do a piece of pineapple. Thought it might be lonely, but it's stuck there, so I'll just leave it. A lot of people say pineapple doesn't belong on a pizza. I disagree. recently on the news there was a humpback whale in local waters around here, very close to Nanaimo where I live. And it got tangled up in some netting and stuff, and it was freed by the Fisheries and Oceans Department. They went out there in Zodiacs and freed it. And it was tagged and discovered this whale is from Hawaii. But it's amazing how these whales all migrate all the way, like from Alaska to Mexico, and where I live in British Columbia to Hawaii and everywhere, right? It's mind-boggling. So Linda's happy we don't have to buy a new dryer. Thought for sure we'd have to. Wow. Fantastic. That exceeded my expectations. It's kind of funny because this place, like I said, every pizza I've had in my video, unless it was a store-bought pizza, every restaurant pizza I've had on my channel has been from the same place. And I was never really overly impressed with their pizzas. I mean, they're good, but not that great. They all kind of look the same. Like, I think I ordered one, like, I guess it was like maybe, I think it was called the Barcelona. Then I ordered another one that was like a Greek pizza, and they both kind of look the same. I couldn't tell which was which. Well, there it is. Wow. I am stuffed. Fantastic. Put that down there. Okay, so I thank you very much for tuning in. I want to thank Dominic's mom for giving me plenty of notice. I appreciate that. If you want a birthday shout out, you have to give me, a good 3 weeks notice or more. Unless you don't really care about, when I can give you the shout out. If you just want a regular shout out, it doesn't really matter. But if you want a birthday shout out or anniversary or something like that, and there's a specific date you want me to try and hit or be, as close as I can, please give me as much notice as possible. Like I said before, the building here is being remediated. I have to record my videos usually on the weekends or after hours, and it's not always that easy. I think I mentioned before the other day, it was on a Sunday, I was getting ready to record a video, and somebody had a leaf blower up there, all week long to listen to jackhammers and saws, and then, a nice quiet Sunday, and then somebody's got a leaf blower across the street. So I have to record videos when I can. So anyways, I thank you all for tuning in. Look after yourselves, look after each other. Stay amazing in the land of awesome. And Dominic, happy birthday there, young man, happy birthday. I hope you really have a great birthday. And once again, love from your mom and dad and Ray. They're very proud of you, they love you very much. So you take care, and all the rest of you take care. Stay amazing, and we'll see you later. And when you are not looking, I'm going to eat some more pizza.